There are 7 signs that often reveal whether someone over 70 is aging better than most people their age, and the surprising part is this. Many people don't realize which of these signs they still have and which ones have quietly started to slip. So wherever you are right now, I want to invite you to do something simple with me. Let's find out together. Because if you can still do these 7 things, I want you to hear this clearly. You are not just getting by. You are aging with strength, with resilience, and with more reserve than most people around you. And if a few of these have become harder, that is not a reason to feel discouraged. It is simply useful information. By the end of the next few minutes, you'll have a much clearer sense of where you stand and what deserves a little attention. Before we begin, let me quickly introduce myself. I'm Dr. Patrick, and I've spent years caring for older adults and watching firsthand what helps people stay independent, sharp, steady, and fully alive as they age. And one thing I can tell you with absolute confidence is this: aging well is rarely just luck. It is not reserved for a chosen few. In most cases, it shows up in small, everyday abilities that tell us the body and mind are still working together beautifully. So let's go through these 7 signs, one at a time. No grades, no pressure, no judging yourself, just an honest look at how you're doing. Let's start with number 7. Number 7 is this: you can rise from a chair without using your hands. It sounds almost too simple to matter, but it matters a great deal. If you're sitting in a sturdy chair right now, try it with me. Bring yourself toward the edge of the seat if you need to. Cross your arms or rest your hands lightly in your lap and see if you can stand up without pushing off your knees or the armrests. Then sit back down slowly. That one movement tells you more than most people realize. It reflects the strength in your thighs, your hips, your core, and even your confidence in your own body. Those are the muscles that help you get off the toilet, climb out of a car, stand up from the couch, and move safely through your day. When those muscles stay strong, independence stays with them. If you stood up smoothly, that is a very good sign. It means your lower body is still supporting you the way it should, and that reduces the risk of one of the biggest turning points in later life, a fall that takes away confidence. Strong legs protect freedom, and if you needed your hands or it felt harder than you expected, please don't take that as failure. Leg strength can decline quietly when we spend more time sitting, but it can also come back. A simple habit of standing up and sitting down a few times a day can make a real difference. Slow, controlled chair stands are one of the best gifts you can give your future self. The body responds when you ask something of it. Even later in life, it still listens. Now, number 6 is one that people often overlook, even though it has everything to do with whether you keep moving through the world with ease. Number 6 is this: you can walk at a steady pace without feeling fragile or overly winded. I'm not talking about speed walking or power walking. I'm talking about the ability to move through a hallway, across a parking lot, around the grocery store, or down the block at a comfortable pace without feeling like your body is struggling to keep up. Here's a simple way to think about it. When you walk, can you keep a steady rhythm and still speak in full sentences? Can you move without feeling like you need to stop every minute? Do you feel like you're walking with purpose, or are you slowing down because your body feels uncertain? Walking well is not just about your legs. It reflects the health of your heart, your lungs, your muscles, your balance, and even your nervous system. In many ways, your walk is a summary of how well the whole body is functioning together. People who maintain a steady, confident walk into their 70s and beyond often stay independent longer, recover better from setbacks, and remain more involved in life. If you can still walk with a good natural pace, that is a strong sign you're aging well. It means your body still has reserve. It means movement hasn't become something you fear. And if you've noticed yourself getting slower, shuffling more, or getting breathless more quickly than before, pay attention to that gently. Not fearfully, just honestly. Because walking ability often improves when you start using it on purpose. A short daily walk, even 5 or 10 minutes, can begin rebuilding stamina. If you need to walk indoors, that counts. If you need to start with one hallway and back, that counts too. The important thing is not how far you go. The important thing is that you keep telling your body, we still move. Now, number 5 is one I care deeply about because it often predicts whether someone remains steady or becomes vulnerable very quickly. Number 5 is this: you still have decent balance. Before you test this, please be safe. Stand near a kitchen counter, the back of a sturdy chair, or something solid you can hold if needed. Safety first, always. Now see if you can lift one foot slightly off the floor and hold yourself there for about 10 seconds. Then try the other side. How did that feel? Calm and steady? A little wobbly? Harder on one side than the other? Balance is one of those abilities that can fade so quietly that people don't notice it until something happens. There may be no pain, no warning, just a growing sense that your body isn't quite as reliable as it used to be. Then one quick turn, one uneven step, one slippery floor, and suddenly everything changes. If you can balance for several seconds with control, especially on both sides, that is an excellent sign. It means your muscles, joints, inner ear, and brain are still coordinating well. That coordination protects you every single day in ways you never think about until it starts to disappear. And if balance is not what it used to be, don't let that discourage you. Balance is trainable. It improves with repetition. A few seconds a day while holding a counter, standing tall, and shifting weight carefully can help your body relearn stability. That kind of practice may seem small, but it can make the difference between feeling hesitant and feeling capable. Now, number 4 may not sound impressive at first, but it tells me a great deal about how much strength you're holding on to. Number 4 is this: your grip is still strong and useful. Can you still open a stubborn jar? Can you carry a grocery bag without immediately needing to set it down? Can you hold onto a railing, a doorknob, or a basket with confidence? The strength in your hands often reflects more than hand strength alone. It can give us a snapshot of overall muscle health. Strong grip usually travels with stronger arms, stronger shoulders, and often better general physical reserve. When grip begins to fade, it sometimes means the body as a whole is losing muscle mass and strength. So test it in a practical way. Pick up something with a little weight to it. Twist the lid off a jar. Squeeze your hand into a firm fist. Notice whether that strength is still there and whether it feels solid or uncertain. If your grip remains strong, that is a very encouraging sign. It suggests you're preserving muscle in a way that supports all kinds of daily tasks. It means your body is still meeting life with strength instead of retreating from effort. And if your hands feel weaker than they used to, that too can be improved. Squeeze a soft ball while you watch television. Carry your own light bags when it's safe to do so. Use your hands on purpose instead of letting everyone do things for you. Sometimes people around you help out with love, but too much help can quietly take away the very work your body still needs. There is nothing wrong with saying, "Thank you, but let me do this one." Now we come to number 3, and this one works behind the scenes. You can't always see it from the outside, but it affects nearly everything else. Number 3 is this: you sleep in a way that actually restores you. Now let me say something important right away. Sleeping differently at 70 is not the same as sleeping poorly. As we age, sleep often becomes lighter. Many people wake once or twice during the night. Many wake earlier in the morning. That alone is not the problem. What matters is this: on most mornings, do you feel somewhat restored? Do you feel like sleep helped you? Or do you wake up already worn out, foggy, and drained before the day even begins? Good sleep is when the body repairs, the mind organizes, and the nervous system settles down. Restful sleep supports memory, mood, balance, immune function, and physical recovery. Without it, everything feels harder. Strength feels lower, patience gets thinner, thinking becomes slower, even confidence drops. If you usually wake feeling reasonably refreshed, that is a powerful sign that your system is still regulating itself well. It means your body is recovering overnight the way it should. And if sleep has become restless, broken, or unsatisfying, don't just write it off as part of getting older. Sometimes the answer is in small changes. Keeping a regular bedtime helps. Morning light helps. Less caffeine late in the day helps. A cool, dark room helps. A quieter wind-down routine helps. And if you snore heavily, wake gasping, or feel exhausted no matter how long you sleep, that's worth discussing with your doctor. Sometimes the issue is treatable, and improving sleep improves far more than sleep alone. Now, number 2 is deeply important because people fear losing it more than almost anything else. Number 2 is this: your mind is still engaged, curious, and flexible. I'm not asking whether you remember every name instantly or never misplace your glasses. That happens to people of every age. What I'm asking is something bigger. Can you still follow a conversation? Can you still take in new information? Can you still learn something unfamiliar, even if it takes a little longer than it once did? A healthy aging brain is not necessarily a perfect brain. It is a brain that stays active, it remains interested, it reaches, it connects, it keeps practicing. That may mean learning how to use a new phone feature, remembering a grandchild's school schedule, figuring out a new recipe, or picking up a hobby you never tried before. If you are still curious, that is a beautiful sign. Curiosity keeps the brain alive. It tells me your mind has not turned inward and gone still. It tells me you are still participating in life, not just watching it from a distance. And if you've noticed more fog, more withdrawal, or more hesitation around anything unfamiliar, be gentle with yourself, but don't retreat. The brain responds to use. Read something that makes you think. Learn one new thing each week. Call someone and have a real conversation. Try a puzzle, a game, a class, a new skill, a new route, a new recipe. The point isn't performance. The point is engagement. A mind that gets invited to work often rises to meet the invitation. And now we come to number 1, the sign that matters more than almost all the others because it influences whether people truly thrive or slowly fade, even when the body still has a lot to offer. Number 1 is this: you still have purpose and you still have connection. Let me say that as simply as I can. Is there something in your life that still needs you? And is there someone in your life who would notice if you went quiet? That might be a spouse, a sibling, a friend, a grandchild, a neighbor, a church group, a volunteer role, a pet, a garden, a weekly routine, a phone call you never miss, a place you show up where your presence matters. It does not have to be grand, it just has to be real. I have seen people with physical limitations continue to shine because they still felt connected to life. And I have seen others who looked fairly well on the outside begin to wither because they felt alone, unnecessary, or disconnected. Purpose and connection are not sentimental extras. They are nourishment. They support emotional health, mental sharpness, even physical resilience. If you still have people in your life, if you still have reasons to get up, places to be, or things to care about, that is one of the strongest signs of all that you are aging better than most. It means life is still moving through you, not just around you. And if loneliness has crept in, if life has become quieter than you ever imagined, I want to say this with care. That does not mean it's over. It means this part may need rebuilding. Connection can begin again very small. One call, one message, one weekly outing, one conversation with a neighbor, one group you decide to try, one place where people begin to know your name. Purpose also starts small: a plant to water, a child to encourage, a walk you take every morning, a friend you check on, a skill you share. A little responsibility can bring a surprising amount of life back into a person. So let's bring all 7 together. You can rise from a chair without using your hands. You can walk with a steady pace. You still have workable balance. Your grip remains strong. Your sleep restores you. Your mind stays curious. And your life still contains purpose and connection. If you heard those 7 and found yourself quietly thinking, yes, I can still do most of those, then I want to tell you something plainly. You are aging better than most people realize. You are holding on to the abilities that matter. You are preserving the things that protect independence, confidence, and quality of life. And that deserves real respect. And if you listened and realized that several of these have become difficult, please hear me carefully. This is not a verdict. This is not the end of the story. In many cases, these are the very things that improve when you begin paying attention to them. Strength can improve. Balance can improve. Walking can improve. Sleep can improve. The mind can reawaken. Connection can be rebuilt. The human body and spirit remain surprisingly responsive when they are given the chance. That is the part I never want you to forget. Aging well is not about perfection. It is about staying in relationship with your body, your mind, and your life. It is about noticing what still works, protecting it, and strengthening what has started to weaken. Small efforts done consistently matter far more than grand intentions that never begin. So if you want to do something useful after hearing this, don't try to fix everything at once. Just pick one. One chair stand before meals, one short walk a day, one balance practice at the kitchen counter, one better bedtime habit, one new thing to learn this week, one person to call. Start there. Start small. Start today. And if this message spoke to you, if it felt like someone was talking to you with honesty and respect, then stay close. I'm Dr. Patrick, and I'll be here to keep walking through this season of life with you, one simple step at a time. Take good care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.